Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to do a full sea trial and performance evaluation on the all-new 42 Yacht Power Catamaran from Aquila. Let's start by getting right underway and getting to the test numbers. Now, we're in a position here where we're beam 2 on the current, so it's pushing us up against the dock, so it'll be interesting to see if we have enough power with both the engines and the bow thruster to move us away from the dock and get us underway. So I've got the helm hard over to port, and I'm going to give just a nudge ahead with the outboard engine, while at the same time giving us a little thruster to push us away from the dock. And yeah, we do have enough power. So now I've got the stern away. I'll just back us away from this dock a bit. Do a little sideways motion here. On the props, not sure how big they are, we'll find that out, but just a little nudge into gear gets us moving along quite nicely. Seems to be a lot of turns in the wheel, and it's a stiff feeling wheel, so you're not going to do a lot of cranking and banking with this. Let me take a look at the rudder angle indicator. Go 1, 2, 3.5 turns from center to lock. So that's 7 turns from lock to lock. So be prepared for that. So the standard engines on this boat are the 230 horsepower Volvo Penta D4s. This has the 300 horsepower, so there's good authority with the engines and on the throttle.
This is an important point, as most of the low-speed maneuvering done on cats is with the engines rather than the wheel. The Aquila 42 YPC has a length overall of 41 feet 6 inches, a beam of 21 feet, and a draft of 3 feet 7 inches. With an empty weight of 34,168 pounds, 52% fuel, and 3 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 36,260 pounds. With twin 300 horsepower Volvo Penta D4s run up to 3450 RPM, our speed topped out at 21.6 knots. Best cruise came in at 2,800 RPM and 16.6 knots. It was at that speed that the 16.5 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into 1 nautical mile per gallon and a range of 262 nautical miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 290 gallon total fuel capacity. In acceleration tests, we reached planing speed in 8.8 seconds and cruised to 20 miles per hour in 12.6.
I'm a little bit disappointed in this test for the main reason that there's hardly any wind or waves, so I don't really have any conditions to test this in. And Aquilas and cats in general always do really well when we've got waves going on, so a little bit disappointed in that I don't have anything to report on how she handles rough conditions. But with that said, this is a nice handling boat. It's very comfortable going in these conditions. I've got maybe 1 foot of wind-blown chop going on here. So in a following sea, no wandering at all whatsoever. Certainly in a beam sea, rock stable. I mean, it's a catamaran, so she stays very level in that beam sea. And in a head sea, dry ride, she slices right through it all. Turns, she turns at a level attitude, and she's quite responsive to the helm. I found that she comes around at cruise speed, 180 degrees in about 30 seconds. While we got some good numbers during our test, it's important to note that this boat is also rigged for operating with a hydrofoil. Right underneath, pre-rigged, pre-made for it, so you can order this boat with a hydrofoil. We haven't tested it with one, but if you want to see how an Aquila performs with a hydrofoil, take a look at our Aquila 36 test. The engine rooms are identical to both the port and starboard side. The only difference is the access point for getting in and out. Standard engines are the 230 horsepower Volvo Penta D4s. This boat has the upgraded 300 horsepower D4s. For fuel tanks, 290 gallon total on the whole boat. Now notice each side has dual fuel tanks, and there's a crossover line all the way down at the bottom to join the two. The only reason for having 2 fuel tanks, it's easier to put 2 in and out. than to bring one all the way in and out through this large hole. This way we don't have to cut up the deck when it comes time to change the fuel tanks way down the road. Also, there's an electric fuel pump that will allow pumping fuel from this side over to the other side, because remember, we've got the 9 kW generator over to the starboard side. That's going to use a little bit more fuel than just the engine. Under 2 hatches at the center of the bow, quick windlass, chain stopper, all leading to a through the stem anchor roller. There's a freshwater washdown, remote control to the side, and a bridle setup. At the starboard stairway, the entrance to the VIP stateroom, we've got the main electrical panel with the house battery, the generator battery, port and starboard remote battery switches, battery switch for the 12-volt system on board, control for the Kohler 9 kW generator, and the control for the generator and the shore power switching. Shore power will be fed from a single 50-amp shore power connection. The vessel's 12-volt system is powered by 2 200 amp-hour AGM batteries that are located underneath the settee. Here we have the option for 4 of them. This feeds into an inverter that will power the whole boat, except for the air conditioning. So we've got excellent handling characteristics that we've come to expect from the brand, an efficient hull that gives us great cruising performance. We've also got a comfortable layout, but that's another video. Be sure to look for it. For now, this is my full sea trial and performance evaluation of the all-new Aquila 42 Yacht Power Catamaran. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve, and we'll see you on the water.